We'll chant Om 3 times, followed by the invocation shlokas. Inhale deeply. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Hari Om. As we are covering Upadesha Sara, we will chant the uh, shloka or the Mangalacharanam of for Upadesha Sara. One of you please go off mute and repeat after me. Antaryascha bahirvidhutatimiram
Antaryascha bahirvidhurtimiram
jyotirmayam shashvatam
Jyotirmayam shashvatam
sthanam prapya virajate vinimatam
Sthanam prapya virajate vinamtam
ajnanamunmulayan
Ajnanam unmulayan
पश्यन् विश्वमपीदमुल्लसति यो
Pashvan Vishwam apidama ullasatiyo
विश्वस्य पारे परः
Vishwastapare parah
तस्मै श्रीरमणाय लोकगुरवे
तस्मै श्रीरमणाय लोकगुरवे
शोकस्य हन्त्रे नमः.
शोकस्य हन्त्रे नमः.
So in the last session we said that we will cover the meaning of this particular shloka in today's session. So, in any sentence, there is a subject, object, and verb. The typical sentence. So this entire shloka is one sentence. So what is the verb in this? Namaha is the verb. Namaha means bow down. Now, who is the subject? I am the subject in this shloka. But that I, as in aham or something like that, aham or vayam, like we, I or we, something like that is not mentioned anywhere here. Because in majority of greetings or prostrations, First person is mostly implied, but it is not there. So, for example, if I say, good morning, who is saying good morning? I am saying good morning. But uh, the sentence will not have, I wish you a good morning. No. Even, uh, so for example, if you want to say, wish you best of luck, I is implied in there. So in that way, like most of those greetings or most of the prostrations, etc., I is not is implied. So here also I is implied. You don't see that subject. Now, who is the object? Sri Ramanaya. Okay, Sri Ramana. I mean, Ramana Maharshi is the object. So prostrations to Sri Ramana Maharshi. What about this big uh, shloka that we read? Because it's a four-line shloka. Antaryascha bahirvidhuta timiram jyotirmayam shashvatam sthanam prapi virajate vinimatam ajnanamunmula. So, what are all these? These are all the adjectives for Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. It's something like this. I have a simple statement like, I eat an apple. I is subject, apple is object, eating is a kriya, verb. But if I say, I'm eating a fresh, big, red, crispy apple that came all the way from Himachal Pradesh. Okay? So what happened? Freshness, bigness, color, redness, crispiness, the origin Himachal Pradesh, they all become adjectives for that apple. So in the same way, we are seeing this all those adjectives now. Antaha. It starts with antaryascha. Antaryascha is made up of antaha, yaha, cha, and bahihi. Antaryascha bahihi. Antaha means inside. Bahihi means outside. Cha means and. So antaha. So both inside and outside. Yaha, one who. Okay. So one who inside and outside. Vidhuta timiram. Timiram means darkness. Vidhuta means dispels the darkness, removes the darkness is Vidhuta timiram. So, one who is the remover of darkness both inside and outside. Of who? Of anyone, of me. Who are we talking about? Ramana Maharshi is the remover of darkness both inside and outside of me. Jyotirmayam, full of light, luminous. And this luminosity, the light, is based on what? It is based on, we are talking about the one that, the luminosity that we are talking about is consciousness. Okay? Because the consciousness is the one that removes the darkness inside me and outside me. So, and this Ramana Maharshi is being equated with consciousness. Why is Ramana Maharshi being equated with consciousness? Because anyone who is a jnani, who is a jivan mukta, he is equated with, he or she is equated with Brahman. And the consciousness is nothing than Brahman. So that's why it is, he is Jyotirmayam, Shashvatam, eternal. And again, Brahman is Shashvatam. स्थानं प्राप्य विराजते vinamatam. So now sthanam prapya virajate vinamatam ajnana unmulayan. So ajnanam is ignorance. Unmulayan meaning removing from its root. Okay, so that means that like there is no more ignorance. So he can remove the ignorance from the root. That's what Ajnana Unmulayan. For who? Okay. Sthanam Prapya. Okay. So Virajate Vinamatam. Vinamatam meaning one who prostrates to him. So that means when I prostrate to Sri Ramana Maharshi, I am going to get rid of my ignorance from its root cause. That's what it means. All right. So, Jnanam Unmulayan Pashyan Vishwamapidamullasatiyo. Pashyan means seeing. Vishwam. Vishwam means the world. Pashyan Vishwam Api Ul Api Vishwam Api Idam. This Vishwam Api Idam. This world, seeing this world. Ullasati. Ullasati means shining. Yo Yaha Vishwasya Pare Paraha. Pare Paraha means beyond supreme, beyond transcendent. Okay. So that means he is essentially what he is saying is that he is seeing this world glowing, shining, meaning like it is not like he is not unable to see the world, but he is beyond this world. Vishwasya Pare Paraha. Tasmai. To that, okay, to that Sri Ramana, yeah, to that Sri Ramana, Loka Gurave, who is the Guru of entire Loka, entire world. Meaning what? Does it mean that when did he become Loka Guru? I did not ask Ramana Maharshi to become my Guru. Okay. So why, how can you say he is Loka Guru? Not everybody agrees that he is Guru. Okay. Nobody, I mean, like, nobody, there's a lot of people who didn't even hear about him either. So why are you calling him as Loka Guru? Isn't it like too much? What it means is that Loka Guru means his teachings are applicable to entire world. Anyone can benefit from his teaching. So that is the greatness of his teaching. So this teachings is not just meant for these. His teachings are not just meant for one one category of people or other category of people. Whoever wants to gain this moksha, right? Whoever wants to get rid of their ajnana from the root, for him, his teachings can be used. So, and because of his teachings, shokasya hantre, that is the result. Okay, so when I am go to this Sri Ramana, when I get my ignorance removed, vajnanam unmulayan, he is going to, I get to see his shining glory, both inside and outside, and shokasya hantre, and my sorrow is going to be destroyed by this prostration to him. So meaning by what is prostration again? Prostration is just a physical act, right? I do namaste, and then sometimes after I do namaskaram, I may fall at the feet. But what exactly is my feeling inside is essentially I am surrendering. So that means when I am surrendering to Ramana Maharshi, understanding that he is Jyotirmayam, Shashvatam, meaning he is Brahman alone, then what happens is that my ajnana will be removed and I get the liberation. This is the meaning of this shloka. Okay. So that said, now what we started talking about, uh, so one second. Yeah. So this said, what happened is that we started talking about the story of the context of the story, right? What was the story? Darukavana was there, forest was there. In the forest, there are some people who are performing karmas non-stop and they don't believe in Brahman, meaning jnana. They don't believe in jnana or they don't believe in bhakti, etc. Because whatever I do, I get the results out of it. So now here, uh, people, so in the past, we used to have people like that. So people, what happened is that the context, I mean, like from a Vedantic perspective, from a the context from our I mean, our heritage perspective, Vedas have two sections, right? You can say three sections: karma, upasana, and jnana. Sometimes karma and upasana together are called karma kanda only. So Veda Vyasa is the one who packaged all the Vedas into four Vedas. Now, what he did was on the Jnana Kanda, okay, Jnana Kanda meaning all the Upanishads. Okay, on the Upanishad portion, reviewing all the major Upanishads, Veda Vyasa has written Brahma Sutra. Okay, so now because he wrote Brahma Sutra based on Jnana Kanda, he asked one of his Shishya, I mean, one of his disciples, Jaimini, sage Jaimini, to write commentary on the earlier portion. Earlier is called Purva, okay, and philosophy is Mimamsa. Purva Mimamsa is earlier philosophy, meaning like it is philosophy of both Karma and Upasana Kanda. Now, sage Jaimini focused on Purva Mimamsa, so there was no mention of Ishvara. And then he got his own Shishyas, and those people also popularized this Purva Mimamsa. And now, one of the famous Purva Mimamsins of our time is Kumarila Bhatta and also who is one of the first students of Adi Shankaracharya ji. He's later he became he was well known as Sureshwaracharya ji. So he is of Purva Mimamsi. So now understand that student of Veda Vyasa ji, who is Jaimini, he doesn't discard Ishvara. It is just that there's no mention of Ishvara because Veda Vyasa ji already has referred to it, Ishvara, in Brahma Sutras. But when this Purvakanda is taken in the absence of Ishvara, what happens is the problem with that is Kama, Krodha, etc. All of them will become very strong. So our likes and dislikes, etc. They all become very strong because I'm doing this, I'm getting this result, etc. Right? So it will lead to collapse of spiritual life. So without Bhagwan, there is no bhakti. Without bhakti, there is no jnana. Without jnana, there is no scope for transcending this samsara to, to gain the liberation. So This is why this is the context of the Upadesha Sara. Now, I get a question in my head when I'm listening to all of this. Is that, and uh, if you are like me, you will also should get this question. What is the question? I'm not a Purvamimamsi. I'm not a Purvamimamsi means what? I don't do these Vedic karmas, Vedic rituals on a daily basis. Once in a while, I do it, like as in like once every 6 months or a year. That too because my wife asked me to do it. Okay, call a priest and let's do some havan. That's all. Okay, no, not yajna, etc. No, like we don't. I don't have a bandwidth or capacity to perform a yajna. Maybe a havan. And when I call that pujari or the priest or panditji, what I'm going to tell him? भैया थोड़ा जल्दी खत्म कर देना इसको. Meaning, finish it up fast because I can't stay hungry. Okay. Or I have someone to come. Okay. And even when puja is happening or the homa is happening, what happens? I invite about 20 to 50 people because I'm doing this, I have to show off to everyone. And I'm sitting there, but my attention is completely on who is coming, where, when they come. Pujari is asking me to do this. I'm doing this, and suddenly someone comes. Hey, come on, come on. The food is there. Go have it. Okay. So the appraisers are there. As soon as the puja is complete, we'll have lunch. This is the kind of this is where like my attention is. So what is its relevance for me? This Upadesha Sara. So based on what we just spoke, it seems to be it is for karma kandins or one who does this kind of puja. I don't do this. Why should I listen to Upadesha Sara? So we need to understand that a majority of people in this world are generally good people. Majority of the people are generally, okay, no, not, not necessarily all the time. So as part of the majority of the people, what do I believe in? I believe in my hard work and taking care of my family also. And I am taking care of my family well. I do occasionally participate in religious activities. Okay. If there is a Diwali, I go to a temple and sponsor Lakshmi Puja, $11. That's it. Okay, so there's no role of God in my life. My thought process is like this. I'm a good person. I work hard. I take care of my family. I believe in Karma Yoga. I need to believe in God. This is now you ask anyone to come to Chinmay Mission or to attend satsangs or anything like that. You hear some variation of this logic, if not the identical logic. What one that I just said that I am a good person, I work hard, I take care of my family, I believe in karma yoga in these lines. Okay? Now, first of all, when I say I believe in karma yoga, majority of people think that working hard is karma yoga. It doesn't matter to them. They don't even know the definition of karma yoga because karma yoga means what? It means that you have to perform you can only perform certain type of actions. What are those obligatory duties alone can be performed? If you have a desire-based action, you cannot, that is not karma yoga. Then is that all? No, no, no. then you should not expect a particular result. That is second condition. Performance of obligatory duties, per, performing without expectations for a specific result, and performing it as a offering to God, and whatever result come, take it as prasada from God. So when all these four of them are there, that is when it is called Karma Yoga. Now, so there's no Karma Yoga also. But then what happens? In performing, because it is not even Karma Yoga, I'm always expecting a specific type of result for all my actions. And if I'm expecting a result and it doesn't come, I feel dejected. Even though I do occasional lip service to God, deep inside there's no real belief in God. Right? So there's no dedication of work for God also. Okay. Now, and we also talked a lot day before, like in the last session, that depending upon the type of action that we perform, results are not alike. They are not immediate. Even if the results come, they are impermanent and they don't last forever. Right? On the other hand, even though the results are impermanent, they do something wonderful. What is it? They create vasanas in us, which will compel us to perform the same action again and again. It's like this. I'm walking on the road. I see Dunkin' Donuts. I want to stop by and taste one Dunkin' Donut. I go, I buy a donut, I eat it, I like it. What happened? The result was immediate. It is tasty, it is good, but 5 minutes later it is done. I cannot taste anything in my mouth after 5 minutes or maybe 30 minutes. However, it has created a vasana in me that I like donuts. Next day, when I'm passing by the same store, what happens? That vasana is there. What? Donuts are good, tasty. So I go in there. And then I eat one more donut. Again, after half an hour later, so I can't taste anything in my mouth because that is gone. But now, what happened though is this vasana has become stronger. So anytime I see this donut store, no matter where it is, I end up going there and eating donut. So this vasana, it has become stronger. Now the thing is that like first time when I ate the donut it was very tasty. Second time it is not as good. Third time it is not as good. But my mind is saying maybe I'll find the identical taste that when I ate it for the first time. So let me go and try it again. Let me go and try it again. Like that, it keeps propelling me and it is going to pull me into this karmas which will bind me and which will hold me hard in this samsara. Okay. Now, what happened? In a way, I got my immediate result. What I had enjoyed my donut. However, long term, what happened? My health got ruined. So, there are, even in the fulfillment of the result that I am seeking, it is becoming cause for a new set of problems later on. These are all the challenges that I face as a person who believe that I only worked hard, etc. Right? And of course, we also saw that whenever we say karta, I am karta, right? I to perform any karma, meaning any action, I require material. And I am not the creator of that material. And I must know, I must have the knowledge of how to do it. I think we talked about like making a cup of tea last time. So if I need to make a cup of tea, then I need tea powder, sugar, milk, etc., water, whatnot. I did not create any of this. And I should possess the knowledge to create this tea. I got this knowledge from where? From outsiders. Okay, so someone taught me how to do it. Okay, so in that way, that knowledge is also not mine. And now, in addition to this, like primary ingredients, now I also need secondary ingredients. That means that I need space to make this coffee. I need the stove. I need the fire on the stove. I need the air to support the fire and the earth to stand on while preparing this tea. And all of these are required. I cannot produce any of them. So it is preposterous for me to think that I am Karta. So the first three shlokas, which we are going to see, Bhagavan is targeting at this inadequacies to show the problems with karma, which is going to lead to karma phala, which in turn is because of karma phala. To experience that karma phala, I perform more karma and more karma phala, like that keeps on going. So in the first teaching, what happened, he said, Tatturagnyaya prapyate phalam karma kim param kit karma tajjadam. We saw this shloka, right? So, Bhaktuvajnaya. So, who is the Kartu? Bhagavan alone is the Karta. His Ajna, by his command only, prapyate phalam. We are going to get result, right? So, that means that on my own, I don't get any result. Then what happens when I perform the action? We introduce a concept. Again, like we introduce a concept. This is not like a concept we created. This is in our Shastras says that whenever I perform an action, I create something called as apurva. Okay? And that is the immediate karma phala. Okay? And that immediate karma phala is created and it stays with me until I get eventual karma phala. Okay, so that means today, okay, I deposited some money in the bank, 5% interest APR. So immediately Apurva has been created that I'm going to get 5% APR. But when is it going to actualize that AI? Withdraw the money. So between my deposit and my withdrawal, this Apurva is there. And the day, like so, like maybe like today I deposited 100, and at the end of the year, I picked 105. So when I picked up that $105, right, then this Apurva gets exhausted because I got my karma phala, which is 105. Okay. So this way, okay. Now, so what happens? Bhagwan, using karma cycle, can we reach Bhagwan? Is a question. Can I reach Bhagwan using karmas? I can probably get to heaven by performing the actions. But every karma has got a result. Karma can be performed only in time and space. Because karma is performed can only be performed in time and space, it is finite. When I perform finite action, my result is also finite. So I can probably go to heaven for a while and my punya gets exhausted. But in this case, the apurva gets exhausted and then I am kicked out of heaven. But reaching the Bhagwan means what? Bhagwan is infinite. So I had to perform infinite amount of karma to reach Bhagwan. But my life itself is finite. In my life, my ability to do anything is finite. So with any finite work, I cannot reach Bhagwan. So that is another pitfall in performing this karma. Okay. So the kartu agnya prapyate phalam. Now, karma kim param karma tat jadam. So this is something that we need to see. When we say karma is karma, it means it can mean karma, what the result of action is also called as karma. Meaning karma phala also is called as karma. Why? Because of the way the definition of karma is kriyate iti karma. That is definition number one. Kriyate iti karma. Meaning what is done is karma. Meaning action. Karayati, this is a different word. Karayati iti karma. Karayati iti karma. This is another definition of karma. What it means is karayati, that which affects, is karma. Meaning results of the action is karma. Result of an action which makes you do something. Because see what happens is karma phala when we say, I have to experience my karma phala. To experience my karma phala, I have to do some action. The experiencing of karma phala itself is an action by itself. So, this arayati iti karma. So, karma phala is also called as karma. And the results of these actions are punya and papa. So, what happens every time in any karma phala, a future karma is automatically built in. Okay, so this karma. Okay, so this karma kim param. When Bhagavan asks, how can karma be supreme? It can also mean how can karma phala be supreme? Karma tat jadam. Tat jadam is tat jadam. Jadam means inert. For example, you go to a jewelry store. When you go to jewelry store, you have a lot of different types of jewels. Okay, jewels are there, right? So earrings are there, nose rings are there, uh, the rings that go on finger are there, bracelets are there, necklaces are there, all kind of them are there. And they are made up of, some of them are made up of silver, some of them are gold, some of them are diamonds. You name it, they have it. Some of them are cheap, some of them are expensive, some of them are beautiful, some of them are more beautiful. Because pretty much I'm pretty sure like if you go to jewelry store, everything looks beautiful. Okay, some of them are affordable, some of them are out of our range. Now, no matter how beautiful and expensive this necklace is, that necklace on its own cannot get up and get around your neck. If it does, you will run away from there, right? So, what needs to be done? That necklace has to be picked up by some sentient being and put it around their neck. Meaning, that necklace, no matter how expensive it is inert. Similarly, karma or karma phala, both of them are inert. So, Bhagwan has compared karma kim param, karma tat jadam. So, what is jadam versus param? If you studied some Vedanta or Bhagavad Gita, what we say is, what is param and what is jadam? Brahman is param, Maya is jadam. This entire world is made up of Maya. Maya is under the control of Brahman. Brahman associated with the power of Maya is called as Ishvara. And that Ishvara, who is defined as, who is referred as Kartru in the first part, in the first word of the shloka, he is controller of everything. And how can him, who is Param, who is the controller of everything, be equated with what he is controlling? This, they both are not same, they are opposite to each other. From a Vedanta perspective, if you see Prakriti versus Brahman, Brahman is what we call as Adhishtana, meaning he is the he or it, she or it is the substratum of the entire universe, and universe is just a superimposition, meaning the common example that we use is rope and snake. Brahman is the rope, and the world is an appearance of snake on top of, instead of rope, because of a little bit problem with the light. Okay, so in the same way, this karma falls into the category of superimposition. Okay, whereas Brahman, Param, falls into the category of Param. The same thing in, if you have studied Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan talks about two aspects. I am Para Prakriti and also Apara Prakriti. Okay. Sutre Manigana Iva, that is a word that he uses, a phrase he uses. Bhagavan. Sutre Manigana Iva means what? I am. So this entire world that you see, Arjuna, that is this visible world is has a lot of multitude, meaning like plurality is there. In this plurality, but all of this is running behind a power behind it, that is Jiva Bhutam, okay, my consciousness alone. And that is hidden like the thread in a necklace. A necklace may have so many different types of gems arranged intricately in different manners, etc. Small gems, big gems, all of those different colors, etc. But they're all held together by an invisible thread. And that invisible thread is also me, Arjuna. Okay, that is my para prakriti. And this apara, the jadam is visible, which is like appearing as multitude, shining, and everything. All of that is jadam. Okay? That is apara prakriti. Same concept we also hear in Drupdrishya Viveka as whatever is seen, whatever is visible and seen is inert, and whoever the seer is consciousness. Okay, that is what we see. So that Jadam versus Param. So when he used the words karma kim Param, how can karma be Param? It is Jadam means it is inertness alone. And this, okay, okay. So now what we saw is when as a jiva, when a jiva performs karma and karma is giving immediate apurva and later on karma phala, none of these are supreme. They all fall under the category of the jadam alone. Okay? Sometimes we do say that jiva is glorified as karta. Okay? That you do see that once in a while in our scriptures themselves. So what happens is usually that jiva being glorified as karta is what we call as upachara. Okay, upachara means it is glorification of that jiva. That's all. Okay, it is nothing beyond that. So Ishvara is the ultimate karta. That's the understanding that that's what Bhagwan is bringing to our attention. So now karturagneya prapyate phalam karma kim param karma tat jadam. This is what the question. Okay, so I want to pause here and see if any of you have any questions.
So far, so good for me.
Okay. So then we'll go to the second shloka. I'll break down the words, okay, and then we will chant that. Kruti Mahodadhau. So you can break it into three parts. Kruti Maha Udhati. Okay. Kruti Maha Udadhi becomes Kruti Mahodadhi. Then along with the Sandhi, it becomes Kruti Mahadadhau. Patana Karanam. Patana and Karanam, two words are there. Phalam Ashashwatam. Phalam and Ashashwatam. Phalam Ashashwatam. Gati Nirodhakam. Gati and Nirodhakam. Okay, so this is a breakdown. Kruti Mahodhadhau Patana Karanam. Phalam Ashashwatam. Gati Nirodhakam. So, please repeat after me. Kruti Mahodhadhau Patana Karanam.
इति महोदधौ परं कारणं
Patana Karanam.
पतन कारणं
फलमशाश्वतं गतिनिरोधकम्.
फलं शाश्वतं गति निरोधकम्.
Yeah. So, what Bhagwan is saying is, phalam. Okay. Phalam means fruit. What fruit are we talking about? Karma phala. Okay, so the fruit that we are referring to, fruit of action, karma phalam, is ashashvatam. Ashashvatam means impermanent. Shashvatam means permanent. Ashashvatam means impermanent. Phalam ashashvatam. And gati nirodhakam. Gati means path. Nirodhakam means blocker. It is a blocker to path. Which path are we talking about here? Yes, we're talking about the path to my spiritual evolution. So, this karma phala is impermanent, and in fact, it is blocking my spiritual evolution. Why is that? Because Kruti means action. Maha udhati. Maha means large. Udhati means ocean. So this action and results are like an ocean of actions and results are there. That's why we say samsara as a ocean, right? Samsara is nothing but action, result only. Okay, so that's why we say samsara udhati, right? So here it is kruti maha udhati. That's what it said. So because kruti is maha udhati, meaning like we are doing lot of actions, because from the morning we wake up till we go to sleep, we are performing one action or another action. And in performance of every action, we are probably exhausting some results of the past action, and we are creating, performing new actions, because of which new apurva is created and eventual karma phala is also being created. And once you're in this ocean, what happens? Patana karanam bhavati. Okay, bhavati is not there, we are just applying the word. Patana karanam means it becomes the cause for the fall. So, karma phala, because the actions are like too many in number, too much in quantity, okay, and it is an ocean of samsara, I get lost in this ocean and I am not able to make any spiritual progress. Instead, I fall into this ocean of samsara and I become the victim of ocean of samsara. This is what this shloka is. Okay? So what we will do is that rather than starting this, the meaning of this shloka today, we'll cover this in the next session next week. So I'll pause here to see if any of you have any questions.
Well, so far it was straightforward.
Okay.
Thank you.
So then in that case, let us conclude now, because even though like I am pausing like 4 minutes early, it's a logical place to pause, and then we'll pick up from the meaning of second shloka in the next session. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. Thank you, everyone. We will meet